here we go. Welcome back. Awesome first game on Erangel, taken over once again by Airstation. Mike's absolutely dominating Group B of this Phase 3 here. Going to be jumping on Miramar in just a few short seconds.
And now we look at the overall standings after all these games so far. My apologies. Airstation Mike holding on to it. Top spot, 119 points. Having a good chunk of points difference ahead of the likes of Istanbul Wildcats. Part of the reason why that happens is because Istanbul Wildcats only scored 5 points in that last game. Airstation Mike, as you saw, took that chicken dinner. So it's a nice kind of a gap for Airstation Mike to kind of hold on to that top spot coming into the halfway stage of this Group B. But ELGIGANTEN, fantastic result for them in that last game, pushing them up into third place.
One team that I'm really happy about is actually, even though we didn't see them a lot last game, they did get involved in a few three-man parties and stuff, but it was no tag team, actually. They were actually at the start of the day in 10th position, and now they were able to get back up, and that top 8 was in equal standings with the likes of actually, it was BetterLuckNxTime, so I'm really enjoying it. I hope they can get a really good game on the first ever Miramar game of the day, but here we go. The plane is going to be coming on through. And this trajectory going to be, once again, pretty central, just like last game on Erangel, so any teams can get wherever the hell they want.
And if Airstation Mike can get another good result, or even another couple of good results, I can easily see them similar to Group A of Tornado Energy, kind of having that nice, strong point gap difference. We could see it slightly echoing with them, but it's still very close, because when you look at 6th and 7th, Jokers is in 6th, Brute Force are in 7th. They're actually on the same points. And the same with actually 8th and 9th. No tag team and BetterLuckNxTime. They're on 75 points each. So there's 2 points dividing 4 positions. That's like so damn close right now.
That is just nothing. Just a few kills will be enough to get you back on point. Going to see. I always talk about Team Unique, but they just love that south. They're always going to go for the southern section of Los Leones. Some teams going to be dropping on their usual locations. Actually, 4 Kings, for once, they're going for San Martin, and they're going to have that location under their control. No team going to be dropping there, which is going to be good for them because they've been struggling a little bit. So again, that loot of San Martin can be huge for them. Team MOOPHEUS, once again, Hacienda del Patron. No big surprises. The one surprise that I'm seeing is actually PG18 going for the big split, and this is a very sudden first rotation. Oh my god.
It kind of reminds me of what we had similar yesterday. Wow. I think it ended up around outside Los Leones, if I'm not mistaken. It could still be a Los Higos finish. Yeah, because that was the game that PG18 made the decision and made the call to actually go to the island area, and it kind of went against them, unfortunately, when we had that phase. I think it was yesterday. So this could be something similar. The likes of Unique could potentially move down and occupy Los Higos in the hopes that it's going to be an island finish.
In the hopes it is. I would love to have my island finished of the day. That'll be a fun times.
It would be.
Red Foxes, they're going to go with the good old place of El Pozo. If you did miss the action of day 2, that El Pozo game was absolutely mental. Go check out the VODs. That is definitely some montage-worthy content.
Oh, yeah. That city finish, especially in Miramar, so rare.
Like how much? Like so 35 unique. Players in El Pozo alone.
It was like I think it was like phase 5 or phase 6 had like 30 plus players in it. It was just crazy, and that was again like inside that city. It was just absolutely manic. But 4 Kings, they've kind of somewhat sticking together, as you had pointed out. In that nice kind of city area, get a good loadout for themselves. Get themselves strapped up, boots on, armor, helmet, ready to frag out and increase their overall points, because they are lying in 16th. They are wanting to climb the tables coming into the halfway point of phase 3.
Tempest always for Picardo. They love that location once again, where Kleb is positioned there. A lot of loot going to be in this main location. They do tend to shift really early on, and here they are actually in a position where I would say Tempest almost just don't rotate. Picardo is really nice area to defend, in my opinion, and you've got a few teams that will be rotating through the north. A lot of teams actually will be rotating through the north, so if Tempest want to try and slow down these rotations, maybe get a few flushes and knocks in the distance, that would be a prime opportunity for them to do so and kind of dictate the early game.
Definitely. Brute Forces, they have a nice entry point into this circle because they can go straight down the road and they're automatically in the circle, but then they can shift eastwards outside of Valdemar, and they'll be able to occupy the high ground just kind of past or just beside where no tag team are currently occupied, because if you grab that high ground and it is center circle, it's a good option. But Jokers, they're looking to do something similar.
Ooh.
But Team Unique are already there, and we see the first knockdown of the day, standing, knocking down the tab from Jokers.
Yeah, Moon, some serious flying time there. Tab is almost going to be taken out as he's bleeding on the side. Is going to be, though, standing on his own as he completely split away from the rest of his team. PVVM, Dessut, and Grag just not going to be there to pull him back up. But unfortunately, here it is. And standing another one. One-man army, 1v4, gets 2 members knocked away. Can he get another one? Does get another one.
God.
Is he going to do a solo team wipeout? Set's going to be the last member remaining, but unfortunately not enough. It will be turned on its head. And no, Set, only member remaining, but he still gets 2 kills for his life. That is still huge. I am so surprised of that.
Wow. Great individual play coming out from Standing. It's just a shame that it most likely would have been a squad wipe if any of the other Team Unique players had been there. And that's why I'm more of a fan of a 2-2 split rather than having one person in a compound on his own, because when all these teams are looking to move, especially when the circle was so far down south, if the circle was more northerly and they had the edge of the circle, it wouldn't have been much of a risk. But when they have the center of the circle, you know a fact that at least one team is going to look to get a compound around where you are. So on one hand, it was great play that came out from Set, but I do think that Unique could have possibly handled that a little bit better and prepared themselves for that.
We talked about Unique wanting to try and maybe get a little bit more involved here, and they're all going to go for a 3-man rotation on top of that team of Jokers. Going to be a 3v2 scenario. Set still going to be remaining. The res did come on through. Going to be interesting to see where that will be coming out. But now they're going to slowly close up on top of Dessut. But Grag just around the corner, going to be coming on really quickly. PVM in the distance. Set does find that first knock away. Going to be turning into a 2v. Do knock it actually and flush it out instantly. So 2v2 scenario going on their side. Grag on the side going to maybe try and go for the flank on the right section of that building. Set, he's going to try and res back up just a little bit higher. And actually Northern Lights and MOORPHEUS will be clashing in the center of the circle. A little bit of casualties on this side. But still, a few grenades. Grag going to try and chuck it over the wall there. But here it is. A nice angle from Set. Just go for the flush instantly. Set will also get knocked away. But PVVM, unfortunately, as he was in the open, trying to flush out Set, he did get taken over by Moon. Did have a perfect right angle flank. And the res will come out from Jokers. Not losing any extra members in that skirmish. 2v3 scenario going for them. Yeah,
nice play coming out from Jokers. They held their angles very accurately, stayed safe, waited for Unique to come to them in the way that they did, and they took advantage of it, as Unique weren't able to hold that 3-man advantage to their favor. As you correctly pointed out, Team MOORPHEUS losing 2 members to the hands of Northern Lights. And MOORPHEUS, even though they had a fantastic day yesterday, ending with a chicken dinner, not kicking off in the same way today, but it's a long way to go as freeing up from the side of Red Foxes, surprises, gets that crash down, gets that secure kill to the hands of Brute Force, but AmerouuS returning the favor and going, hey, you take down my friend? No, I'm going to take you down, buddy. That's freeing up on the side of Red Foxes, being taken out, 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, that was an interesting move on the road there. Don't know what really was happening. Well, okay, they're just going to go downhill. AmerouuS wants to try and close up. Hey, he stopped the landing.
That's a 7.9 out of 10.
7.9?
Yeah, but now Arctics. Caught out. Wanderer, not quite, because he's in that bike, and it's always hard to take somebody out on a bike, even though they're a little bit more exposed, because that bike does go quite fast, especially on the open road. You're able to avoid it, but Recurrent was kind of spot out. The frag grenades are being popped out to where he is behind that rock. Can it connect? Both teams, I must remind you, are in the blue zone, but it's only phase 1 blue zone, so it's not really going to tick down too much. But when you're finding yourselves at the brink of death, it doesn't exactly make things a lot easier. But PG-18, their dies on top of the hill, could be looking to get that flank around and catch BetterLuckNxTime out.
Kisig does find Wanderer in the process. Also, to keep in mind, BetterLuckNxTime have 2 members a little bit further down south, and they can actually try and shut down if PG-18 trying to avoid that fight, so that might get a little bit scary for this team. Recurrent did get knocked away. Unfortunately, also that blue zone take will be the death of him. And BetterLuckNxTime, they're going to try and close on top of it and try and flush that kill, which makes a lot of sense. That's completely fine for me. And I think that BetterLuckNxTime might make it out. And actually, PG-18 going for a little bit more out on the east to try and avoid that gatekeep potential from the 2 members of BetterLuckNxTime. They're going to be remaining 2 members on their team, and that should be allowing them to get to circle. But it is all that loot for themselves. A nice track, actually. Straight up line of loot.
And now we see Tempest actually turning their attentions on the Airstation Mike. Jazza gets knocked down and frag secured. There was 2 knockdowns that came out at the hands of Airstation Mike by Tempest, but only one of them has actually been secured. I think fEJK is going to be able to be revived quite successfully, but that's still going to put Airstation Mike under a little bit of pressure, maybe see them back off a little bit. We did see this phase through circle shrinking quite evenly. Still the edge of Los Leones in there, still the high ground of the southern side of the circle. It's definitely not going to be an island finish, I can tell you that much, Max Man, but it is going to still favour the likes of MJ-Esports. No tag team. Red Foxes as a 3-man team, going to try and drive on through on the south side of the road as ELGIGANTEN do look for a huge potential as they're driving on by up above down the coastline.
Yeah, so keep in mind that there's ELGIGANTEN. They're going to go for a rotation towards the location. MOORPHEUS is going to be trying to find maybe a few members on high ground doing that 2-2 split. I think that's going to be great for huge potential, but they're not stopping quite yet. Going to try and find an easy entry point as Istanbul Wildcats will find Nail Up and instantly flushes him out of the picture of this early game on Miramar. And now, finally, the forces of ELGIGANTEN going to get back together as huge potential, going to be trying to rush for their life, and they get back to circle just in time. But now, a lot of fights are actually going to be clashing on through in the dead center of phase 2.
Yeah, it's kind of what happens when everybody is pushing to get that high ground, to get those nice, safe, easy areas that they can kind of hold on to when you have multiple teams in around there. Can't see those early game engagements coming out. We're 11 minutes in. We have 15 teams left standing. 50 players still going strong in this game. Huge potential. They survived that initial kind of shots being fired at by ELGIGANTEN, and they can potentially kind of look to, so to speak, gatekeep ELGIGANTEN. But the good thing for ELGIGANTEN is when you look at this map, they can go on the road and kind of go a little bit more northerly towards the edge of Los Leones, or they can do what they are seeming to, which is just drive towards the edge of the circle, see what's overlooking them, and then make a bit of a call, make a bit of a rotation based on the information they do see in front of them.
Yeah, if they can see where huge potential is located, they can try and feed that information to themselves. 4 Kings, though, they're going to be pretty high up north. They can try and gatekeep, actually, a rotation from BetterLuckNxTime. They are slowly going to be rotating their way, but if BetterLucks, they want to, once again, there's so much area on the northern east section for them to enter through. So if BetterLuckNxTime have that info, they can just avoid the fight completely. Northern Lights, their team, they are doing a 2-2 split here. They are seeing actually Deep and OK Bro getting back together. They're going to rotate back as they do see the 4 Kings are getting involved. So they're going to try and pick that fight as a 4-man squad, which I think here is a safe call to go for. But actually, they get also shot in the distance by MJ-Esports. So they're just going to maybe just take their time on that rotation, just try and avoid to lose members in this phase 2.
So Airstation Mike, they did lose one member, so they're actually going for a little bit of a 2-1 split. ToWzErA on his own. You have fEJK and Hugstar in that building. That's actually outside of where Tempest were, so they've actually kind of disengaged from that engagement that came out from Tempest, so that's quite intelligent play coming out from them, but they've got to be a little bit careful. All the while, 4 Kings holding onto the edge outside ToWzErA, going for that engagement onto the side of BetterLuckNxTime. All the while, Yannick secures a knockdown on the Kofes from Red Foxes. They're firing from a distance. That kill is going to be secured. Nice spotting out. Nice position coming out for no tag team.
Yeah, he was really far away. There's going to be only 2 members of Red Foxes.
Baby.
Oh, that north rotation. That's going to be good, especially for the likes of PG-18, just to avoid getting a little bit in a bad spot on their next rotation.
True.
Next time, Arctic's going to try and get back to the team as they are getting gatekeep towards the likes of ToWzErA. 4 Kings, they're doing actually really good on that hold of the compound. I really enjoy what they're doing here.
Yeah, and the teams have to go into the edge of the circle somewhat relatively quickly, because if you have another circle in the next phase shifting up northwards, if you hold the mountainside on the southern side and you have to go downhill, it makes it a lot tougher, especially if you only have a limited amount of vehicles. So it's going to be a bit of a call coming out from these teams to try and get into the center of the circle, try to get some kind of compound on your side as quickly as possible. As GRISHKAPOWER from 4 Kings just kind of trying to drive around those bullets being thrown out. Now grenade is going to be thrown out by OK Bro, not quite connecting nearly, but GRISHKAPOWER, boy, no, doesn't quite. However, shots from Brute Force does spot them out. Now the kill is going to be taken away by AmerouuS.
Hey, a kill is a kill, and that's what you're looking for. Brute Force, AmerouuS securing that kill on GRISHKAPOWER. Northern Lights, they're going to be still with that 2-2 split. They're going to have to try and maybe think of getting back together as a few teams. They're going to try and maybe take these compounds over. So maybe getting stormed as a two-man team can get complex because Red Foxes and Brute Force, they can have the information on that. If they want, they might want to try and get involved. But Brute Force is going to try and actually stop Red Foxes from getting involved. We do lose MetaBay. MetaBay going to try and get flushed away by AmerouuS once again. He's the man of the hour for Brute Forces as a three-man team. HalloSenpai is actually really fun in distance, but he's still applying some good pressure on Northern Lights.
Yeah, I like what Brute Force are doing. They're holding the edge of the circle, but they're kind of a little bit split. They're holding great angles, and now HalloSenpai manages to take down MetaBay. Sorry, should I say Javlez, and that's going to be Red Foxes eliminated in 15th place. Brute Forces pulling in some good kills, all the while Higgy knocks down Arctics from BetterLuckNxTime. That kill is going to be secured. Another frag grenade does knock down Faultlessly by 4 Kings, but this is the fight between Joker's 2v2 situation. Give it an O'Connell against Seth and Moon.
Yeah, the 2v2, no tag team. Once again, the team that did just get back in that top 8 position, so they can feel pretty confident. They need to get another good performance. Jokers, they lost 2 members earlier, so they know that the rest of the team is not going to really assist. As they are taken out, 2v2. But though, in the back also, you have Istanbul Wildcats. They're going to be around the corner, though. Here it is, the fight. 4 King, and also Kisik. Kisik is going to be taken out, knocked away. Manny was also, that's going to be leaving Fate as the last member standing for the likes of BetterLuckNxTime. Blast on, going to try and res back on through. Should be just fine. And that card is going to be driving out. Hey, what's going on?
I did prefer Joker's position in that potential engagement against no tag team, because there's 2 members no tag team in one building, whereas when you look at Joker's, they had kind of a better angles of that flank around, so that could go in favor of them. But this phase shift up northwards, this is what I was talking about. If you kind of held onto the mountain area, nobody has really gone there, because it kind of made sense as 4 Kings do get eliminated. Airstation Mike as a 3-man team coming together, holding on to that compound. Tempest staying in that strong high ground compound position. MJ-Esports looking to drive on through, but they're getting pinched by both the Moops and Tempest, but also Tempest have to be aware of the fact that Istanbul Wildcats are also driving into the circle from the north southerly side. Sorry, the northwesterly side. Northeasterly. My God, my directions are absolutely terrible. Sorry about that. But now no tag team. As I said, we did see one member of no tag team disengage. That was O'Connell, leaving Give It on his own. But the shots could come out from O'Connell to try and keep himself alive. But no, Hawkey from Moops does knock down O'Connell.
Yeah, O'Connell going to be actually flushed out by Moops, and that's going to be great from them. Fortunately, taken out of the picture pretty early on. 13 teams still remaining. Huge potential. They went for that shift. They're actually in circle. And you see the ELGIGANTEN coming out from Los Leones. They're going to try and come out on the eastern side. So that fight might be breaking out. But because of this phase still closing up very slowly, you have 2 minutes on the board. Still might be just a little bit slow. Though down a hill, Airstation Mike, a pretty good position also, as it's pretty central. I'm kind of confident it will be in the next phase. So Airstation Mike, once again, really reading these phases really nicely and looking for really good compounds most of the time where they can defend for a long period of time. There's a few shots will be fine. By Spyro, there's that mini. Also, the rotation of BetterLuckNxTime.
Also, what's really important, the team that kind of is in the riskiest position, in my opinion, is actually Northern Lights. The reason why, because even though they have a nice compound position on the edge of the circle, firing shots over at the hands of BetterLuckNxTime, trying to make their way through into the circle. But with this next circle shift, there's a really high chance that Northern Lights are not only going to have to get into the circle, but cross the road to get there. And that could leave them a little bit exposed out in the open, as Moon does get taken out at the hands of Istanbul Wildcats. Jokers eliminated in 13th place.
Despite the fact that we lost O'Connell's earlier from no tag team, they're still going to be Give It. He is in the blue zone, just a few short seconds. They might try and force on through 1v2 scenario. Give It, he has the information 100%, and I'm not sure this Istanbul Wildcats does have that info, but though the tick damage of phase 4 tick was a lot more than what you expected. So Laza might be taken out if he doesn't get cautious, because Laza is actually, Give It is slowly going to try and close on through in that car. That might be a good angle for him. Here it is. He has information that's going to be really free for Give It. Spraying on through, is that informant not connected any of those bullets? Unfortunately, the car will be fuming just a little bit. As the BSD coming on through, Molotov just to try and force back that force if it does ever happen.
Great Molotov being thrown out by Give It just to stop that push. And now Ojala from another end from inside the circle knocks down Laz and BSD, but can Give It actually take those kills? He's going to go there and kind of go You know, I'll take one, you take one. We'll share the kills. We'll share the points. Great job, from Give It. But he has to try and get into circle. There's no vehicle there. He only has a limited amount of smoke grenades. And with so many teams inside that circle, peeking their way through, looking for anybody that they can get their hands on, it's going to be tough.
Oh, PG-18. There are 2 members that was remaining after that clash. Was Better Luck Next Time still going to be remaining next to the road. Next to the road, that's going to be really good to try and flush down a few of these teams. Airstation Mike, always so fast on their rotations. They're going to go towards the compound, maybe in front. Yeah, that's going to be good. So they've got to be careful, though. PG-18 and ELGIGANTEN are actually going to try and find a few shots, but they're not going to get too involved with that. They're just going to fight with each other. And a lot of teams rotating through the south.
Nice.
Try and keep that in mind. So MOOPHEUS, Cobra, and Hawky. Hawky very low, and HalloSenpai always so split away. He's going to have to try and pick that for himself. His team now going to try and give him the assist that the circle will be rotating very soon. Tempest finding Ojala from MJ-Esports. And Give It still trying to get back to the circle, but unfortunately the take damage of Phase 5 is way too much, and that's going to be the end of no tag team out in 12th position.
So now this is teams starting to get closer and closer together. You have 3 or 4 teams very close. You look at that overview, huge potential. MJ-Esports, Istanbul Wildcats, and Tempest. All of these teams are actually inside the circle. Believe it or not, you also have Brute Force in the southern area outside the circle. You have Team MOOPHEUS. They're all going to be looking to go in. Now, Team MOOPHEUS might make the wise play and try and go from the easterly region up to the northwards. But one member of Team MOOPHEUS, that is Hawk, being knocked down due to the play zone, leaving one member of Team MOOPHEUS alive. That is the Cobra.
Yeah, the Cobra are going to try and make it through. Does have a little bit of a lip of the hill to work with. Brute Force, they do have the information 100% they can try and go for, but it's not the Wildcats actually. Genzo and Apocalypse just around the corner. They do have a nice split. But here it is. Once again, moving on through. Cobra just going to be put solo, and if it's not taken over by Brute Force, it's going to be taken over by the blue zone. And yeah, no kills and points given over though by MOOPHEUS, which is still a good point to try and keep in mind. But Brute Force is now they're going to try and still make it to the circle. A lot of teams that are going to be around them is going to be MJ-Esports, Istanbul Wildcats, and also Tempest that has that compound. That's going to be huge if the fight does break out. Oh, they're finding a few shots though, Tempest. There you go. And now Brute Force is going to have to try and backtrack just a little bit.
The good thing for Istanbul Wildcats is they have the low ground and they're pinching between 2 teams, at least 2 teams. That isn't actually a bad thing on the side of Istanbul Wildcats, as we did see BetterLuckNxTime get eliminated at the hands of Tempest, Hani on his own, AmerouuS, and Maken now going down on the low ground, trying to fight against this blue zone. Are they going to be pinched by both these Istanbul Wildcats and huge potential as Genzo is going forward? He's going to look to peek up above that hill as their frag grenades being thrown out by AmerouuS, trying to push back Istanbul Wildcats, but it doesn't connect onto Genzo, and Genzo is waiting. He's just waiting as the heal comes out, the mech comes out on AmerouuS, going to throw another grenade. Will it be cooked very effectively? He goes a little bit too far, but another one is going to go through. Again, doesn't quite connect, but HalloSenpai being fired in so many directions is going to keep himself alive. AmerouuS got knocked down to the play zone, leaving Maken and HalloSenpai on their own. But great knockdown coming out from the side of Brute Force, but Istanbul Wildcats secure that squad wipe.
I'm a little bit... Oh, Apocalypse, though. That bleed out, almost taken out. It's a little bit unfortunate because you saw that Apocalypse actually didn't take a weapon in his hand, started walking forwards. That's why he got knocked away. Almost got flushed, but he does survive it, though. Istanbul Wildcats not out of the woods, as huge potential around the corner. Still going to try and pick that fight. Oh, no, actually, I thought that was a grenade. That was a smoke. That kind of scared me for a few seconds.
And Max, this is what I was afraid of. Airstation Mike, even though they rotated, they took the risk by rotating outside of the compound that they're in. Now, either way, either compound that they had chosen would have been risky, but they're actually going to try and push on to the compound that PG-18 are in. ToWzErA gets knocked down. fEJK comes in, secures that squad right. PG-18 get eliminated in 8th place. Great compound breach coming out from Airstation Mike in a 3v2 situation, and more importantly, ToWzErA will still find himself being able to be revived up.
What is it about today and people running over the allies? I don't know what's going on. A little bit of fight in the teams, but that's going to be fine. ToWzErA does make it up. They are now in the circle. They have a really good compound to work with, but now the phase will be closing up on phase 6. Huge potential. They have to slowly try and walk on through, and one team that's really well positioned is ELGIGANTEN, but also Tempest. They did move away from that compound a little bit during a 2-2 split. They do have a nice few shots on top of huge potential, but here it is. Grenades going to be flying back and forth. Does connect a little bit on top of Zolters. Zolters, oh my god, another grenade from KnorkiS. Will be able to get actually 2 knocks on the Heat Hot, and Zolters going to be turning them down to now 2 members, going to be Allrain and GR Hawk. And now that they see that on their kill feed, ELGIGANTEN, they can try and push on through, but it's not working out as KnorkiS and Morpheus going to be knocked away. The kill feed is going absolutely mental. That's going to be the end of the story for Zolters, though. He's still going to try and pick that fight as a 1 member, Allrain. Going to be trying to get that res on through. Should be happening, but now so many teams going to be pushing on that.
True, but with the nade heavy compound, as Istanbul Wildcats get taken out in 7th place at the hands of Tempest, with that nade meta, I do think that Huge Potential should have actually separated themselves and gone for a bit of a 1-on-1 split, because yes, even though there's a lot of teams very close to them, it would have avoided multiple members getting knocked down from those frag grenades. So in that case, I actually think they should have gone for a bit of a 1-on-1 split. But hey, look, they went for it. They're still able to keep themselves going as a 3-man team, as Northern Lights are still going strong as a full squad along with Tempest.
Yeah, because Northern Lights earlier, they were doing that 2-2 split, just trying to gatekeep a lot of the section there. And here it is, a phase where it's coming on through. Still a section of the compound of the Airstation Mike, but they have the low ground. If it does shift away from them,
it's
easy. Get a little bit tricky.
No, it's easy for them because most of the teams that are inside the circle, yes, they have the high ground, but they're kind of more exposed because if they look to go in any way downhill, I actually think Airstation Mike have a great spot. They have a great situation that they're in because even if it shifts southerly, they have to go uphill, yes, but they have the dip of the hill that they can actually peek behind and look to take people out from. So I love what Airstation Mike are doing, and they are paying for it right now as they do knock down 1 member of Huge Potential.
There's still a lot of teams remaining. 6 teams in this late phase. Northern Lights going to try and get slowed down by Tempest. Tempest still have the compound, but he's not in circle, so they can't hold his position for too long, unfortunately. SLR shots will be coming on through, connecting a lot with the sand, not finding those peaks. ELGIGANTEN going to be finding actually Huge Potential, and actually stolen away by Hugstar of Airstation Mike. 1 point for them going for that. Few smokes forced out by Northern Lights. Northern Lights going to get gatekeep once again by the likes of Tempest. Player's going to try and just spray as much as he can, not connecting too many bullets, unfortunately. Now, Hani also got to try and backtrack a little bit away from that compound. And Northern Lights, they know that this phase is forcing out Tempest. They can try and pull the offensive on their positioning, which I really do like here.
And ELGIGANTEN did get taken out in 6th place, so we're down to 5 teams, 15 players left. Tempest are outside the circle, trying to fight against Northern Lights, who are also outside the circle. All the while, Airstation Mike, ToWzErA getting another frag secured at the hands of Huge Potential. Only Allrain is left standing on the side of Huge Potential, leaving MJ-Esports still inside circle as a 2-man team as Tempest flank around. You got Hani on his own in a 1v4 situation. You have Cleve there doing what he can. Is he going to be able to peek on through? He does look for that free fire, but he comes around. Great flank by OK Bro to secure that kill. All the while, Cleve and the likes of Wookie Bookie looking to take down MJ-Esports. Another frag. Great job coming out from Tempest. They do take down MJ-Esports in 5th place. 4 players that 4 teams make that 3 teams as Huge Potential go down to the hands of Airstation Mike.
Airstation Mike, they're going to leave that compound now, getting to the cliff you were talking about earlier, but Northern Lights still has a 4-man team. The only 4-man team is going to be a 4v3v3. 3 teams remaining, going to be Northern Lights, Tempest, and also Airstation Mike. Airstation Mike going to try and force on through just a little bit. Finds a nice angle on top of Northern Lights. Spyro going to take a few shots left and right, but just going to be just a peak.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, the position of Airstation Mike. They can just stay protected. They can peek fire, communicate, get a little bit of an idea of where exactly their opponents are. And what's really important is they can actually stay protected from a potential 3-man party. Depends on how Tempest flank around. If Tempest flank around from the south to the northeast side, they could surprise Airstation Mike. Depends on how well they are looking over. I see fEJK is looking over in the direction of the northeast every now and again, so being aware of where every single team are potentially located.
It's going to slow down a little bit. This 2-2 split from Northern Lights I actually do like. Gets 2 angles of fire, and especially because you are dealing with that a little bit of a dip that's taken over by Airstation Mike, an angle that can actually try and deny that positioning just a little bit. Even though it's not too much, it just helped quite a little bit. Northern Lights, Spyro, and OK Bro, though, a few grenades going to be chucked in their direction by Airstation Mike. Nice shot! ToWzErA going to be the first character on their side. Not away, going to be turning down the side of Airstation Mike to 2 members. But now they're still trying to get their focus down on Tempest. Tempest, they're not done with this game. They're going to clash just a little bit. applying a bit of damage. Of deep, grenade gonna be chucked on over to start that building. Though the distance, Wookie. Man of the hour was the Mini gonna be getting that first knock on top of Northern Lights on Perfectix, which is the one member you're looking out for.
Yeah, of course, the top fragger so far, Phase 3, Group B getting knocked down, but the revive most likely will successfully come through as this next phase. Is it gonna go down south? Is it gonna stay kind of in the northwards? It's gonna be the final phase, so of course, it's just gonna close in either way. This is going to be the 3-team, 10-player finish coming out as Hugstar gets taken down to about 30 health, leaving fEJK trying to find a position, trying to find the peaks onto Wookie Bookie. This is still a 4v3v3 situation because we did see ToWzErA, who was knocked down, was able to get revived up. It's only a matter of seconds before this blue zone starts closing in, and all these teams are essentially at the edge of the circle, so they're just looking for the shots being fired off in all directions. Northern Lights against Airstation Mike, but Tempest are still there trying to flank around. They have the hook to their advantage and they're making it count.
Yeah, so many smokes going to be popped out by Airstation Mike. They do res a little bit back up to 75% HP, so they're going to be just having a little bit of breathing time in the circle. As you said earlier, you're going to be closing up, and they've got to try and make it to the center as fast as possible. That is why Northern Lights Deep got that central position nicely done. First knock away going to be on fEJK, going to be taken out the first member of Airstation Mike. Another one will be coming on through. Wookie Bookie knocked out also by Northern Lights. Northern Lights doing a huge amount of work in this fight. Now the grenade! Huge grenade! Airstation Mike Deep, you're an absolute legend. Now it's going to be Northern Lights versus the likes of Tempest in the back. Another angle coming on through. It's going to be turned now into 1v3 scenario. It's just going to be Kleb, one versus the world. Can they do it? They need to force on through. They saw the kill feed earlier. Kleb going to try and get the little bit of a split on top, but can't quite find it.
He's not going to go for the revive. He can't. He's got to go for the flank. He has a smoke grenade to his protection. Okay, bro. Going to look for it, but Spyro's flanking around. 10 kills on the hands of Northern Lights. Are looking for their chicken dinner, but what can Tempest do? They're in second position. It's that 1v1, and Northern Lights come out on top.
Northern Lights, that 2-2 split's been working out so well. They just took 2 members on each side, one taking care of Airstation Mike's, one taking up of Tempest. That was great.
But the frag grenade from deep, that flag grenade, Kobe coming out strong. You know why? Because it was that initial knockdown on the fEJK. So they knew, because of how close these teams are, that all it took in between that smoke was that one frag, and it got the job done. Northern Lights, damn, they are looking good in this first Miramar game of the day.
I gotta say, I was kind of expecting that rotation happening of the phase and the circle against Airstation Mike, even though they did have that dip you were talking about, that little bit of a cliff. It was not going to be enough if they had to give that location away. That's why they got taken out, and that's what I was trying to talk about earlier on.
Maybe they could have gone for a bit of a further one-on-one split. Holding kind of more of a spread out.
Pushing them together a lot.
I know, but I'm thinking maybe they could have again. Like, I'm not an expert. They chose what they chose. Maybe they could have, but then again, that could have spread themselves a little bit too thin. Because when you saw ToWzErA was initially knocked down, he was able to get revived. But either way, it was so close. These 3 teams putting in a fantastic finish to this first Miramar game.
Team Unique, unfortunately, having a little bit of struggle against the forces of. That was the one thing that I didn't understand what happened. They had Hawk that was just stopped moving in the middle of the road there and tried to get out to actually try and fight, but unfortunately the knock came out instantly in the distance.
Yeah, but the counter kill came out.
Yeah, the counter kill came out. At least that's what they did. They did a 1-for-1 trade, but it's just I was a little bit surprised by what happened there. Tempest, I got to give it to Tempest. They did a great game here on Miramar. But they love Miramar. All their best performances have been on Miramar, and that high ground compound has been working out so well for them, and they used it extremely well, just getting a bunch of knocks and kills in the distance. And that's what they need to try and do to get back up in the standings. Another grenade that was coming out. Got Manny from BetterLuckNxTime, having a little bit of a struggle against 4 Kings. And that 4 Kings, Higgy got knocked away. It was always a big, long fight between these 2 teams, but unfortunately it did not work out for 4 Kings. They got eliminated in 15th position. It
was 14th position as it happens, but either way, it wasn't it wasn't the best results. But this was, you got to give it from no tag team. Like, he spot out, he waited, he flanked around, and he was able to secure an extra point for his side. He did die to the play zone in the end, as we did see also BetterLuckNxTime get eliminated in 10th to the play zone. This was Eastonville Wildcats going up against Brute Force and winning right now. This was a great compound breach that came out from Airstation Mike. You had 2 in one vehicle, 1 in the other. The initial knockdown came out while they were in the vehicle. That made that push even easier.
there was huge potential there trying to make it to the next phase, but unfortunately, you talked about that grenade meta. They had to try and split up a little bit, but then you had one dip to work with, so they had to make a decision. They were all kind of really chucked together because otherwise they would have put themselves in danger of against the forces of Tempest. Then huge potential. You had a few other members of other teams trying to get a little bit involved. They got taken out pretty fast in this late game. Then Tempest, Hani, also Northern Lights. You see that engagement is just so good. Their positioning was absolutely top-notch in that late game.
Look at that. Tempest just flew on through and took out MJ-Esports. That deep grenade just driving through and just saying to Airstation Mike, sorry, this game is over for you guys. Your journey ends in Miramar in this game too. But this is the point standings. Every single team got at least 1 point. It's better than kick in the face. Of course, Red Fox's team Moots and PG18 all getting 1 point, with the likes of Jokers finishing in 9th place with 4 kill points.
ELGIGANTEN in 10th position, not getting a great amount of kills despite their great rotations, as you believe. But here it is. Well, that's what we're looking for. 22 points for Northern Lights. Absolutely smashing it on Miramar. I'm absolutely loving it. But Tempest, they got 14 points. They're doing great today. I'm really loving their performances. They just need to be, once again, really consistent out there. They have really good games and unfortunately a little bit of really bad performances every once in a while. So I'm hoping to see Tempest trying to get a great start in the next 4 days after today. Best of luck to them as we go over to the kill leaders.
Yeah, the deep, not surprised, five kills. 3 of those coming out from Akobe. Oh man, still so impressed with that. Cleave them from Tempest was absolutely fantastic. And then, okay, bro, from Northern Lights in 3rd place with 4 kills. ToWzErA from Airstation Mike, just got to mention him getting 3 kills because those are the 3 teams left standing in that game. And then the damage feed very evenly spread out with Cleave from Tempest in 1st and Wookie Bookie from Tempest in 2nd.
Because they were holding such a good position. Once again, that compound in circle. All the teams trying to get a good position. They were rotating so early on and they just had 3 angles and 3 shots to take. That's why their damage output is so high. Conversion rate not as high as you would expect. Perfectix, you know, it wouldn't be a true PEL game here without having Perfectix up in the damage lead.
Of course, and that was Northern Lights' first chicken dinner of Phase 3 Group B. So nice game for them.
There we go. That was the first Miramar game of today. We'll have another one coming out very, very shortly. We'll see you back in just a few short